am so excited about our guest this week. So this is one of my mentors. We've often talked about having mentors, and I am one of those people who believes in having people mentor you. And you've heard me say many times that I have a mentor in business. I have a mentor for my health. I have a mentor for in every area of my life, spiritual. And this has been my mentor in business when I wanted to figure out how to make a change, because I'm a nurse. But I wanted to be home with my daughter. And so when I wrote my New York Times bestseller, The Omni Diet, Lisa Sasevich was my mentor to help me get my messaging down so that I could work from home, be a mom, be a writer, and do really well with my speaking engagements. So welcome, Lisa Sasevich. I'm super excited. You've been so special in my life because you helped me not just be good at it, but be purposeful. And that's really important to us and our listeners, is being purposeful. So I wanted to have Lisa on so she could tell you why she does what she does, how she does it. And she's been really masterful at helping women find their purpose and help them really craft messaging and help them with, find what they're good at, really, is what you do. And so I want to really welcome you today. And I want Daniel to read your bio because I forgot my glasses. So, because you've just done so many really cool things in the world. I don't want to miss that. So,
well, I can't read it all because it's really long and awesome.
She's done a lot.
But after helping corporate giants like Pfizer and Hewlett-Packard generate millions in sales and small personal development companies grow quickly, Lisa Sasevich was fired from her dream job the night before Christmas Eve. With a husband in medical school and 2 toddlers at home, it was devastating. After some soul searching, the queen of sales conversion decided it was time to parlay her talents into her own profits and to help others do the same. She started a home-based business, and after a few short years and over $40 million in sales later, Lisa has helped over 15,000 clients in 134 countries earn more by doing what they love, all without being pushy or salesy. Lisa has a brand new book, Meant for More, coming out April 14th by our friends at Hay House. And we are just so grateful that you're going to spend time with our Brain Warrior community.
Welcome.
What is it about you two that every time I hear you speak, I get full body chills? You're so inspiring. You're reading my introduction and I'm inspired. It just oozes out of you. I know that's why all of us are here. And I'm so, so honored to have walked this path with you, for being able to contribute our work to your amazing missions. And I love the chance to talk about all the things we're going to be talking about this week, including mission and purpose and what you were alluding to, Tana, your unique value. Yeah. When you and I got a chance to dive into that. Anyway,
I'm still friends with most of the people that I worked with. What I love about mastermind groups is something magic happens when you're with a group of people who are really focused, and you're not just you're focused on each other, and something really magical happens. I'm still friends with all of those people. It's really cool. And what I loved is that they all did something very different. Everybody wasn't in the same thing. They weren't all in corporate.
Actually, isn't that where you met Wendy?
That's where I met Wendy.
Which is why we have a podcast.
Right. It's why we have a podcast.
Wow.
So it's like crazy how things happen. And so you meet these cool people, but many of them were women who stay home. And that's what I wanted to do. I wanted it all. I wanted to be home. I wanted to be a wife. My favorite things were being a wife and a mother. And I'm like, how can I do that and still be successful? I wanted to be fulfilled, working as well. And so I just, I credit you in large with that. So thank you.
So let's start with why you wrote Meant for More. Who is it to, and what's your passion with it? And then over the next couple of podcasts, we'll unpack it.
Yeah, and I want to hear your story, like a little bit, because that's an awful story. You get fired on Christmas Eve.
Yes. There's a couple of stories here. To answer Daniel's question, why I wrote Meant for More, kind of what's inside me that had me birth this baby. And by the way, I just got the copy. Here
fun. Isn't that fun? It's like having a baby when that happens, right?
It is. It's like it is, and it takes about the same amount of time, that 9-10 month window. So it is very similar.
Congratulations.
But part of my thank you, and I'm so honored to have Hay House publishing the book, because so many of my early heroes, when I was in college at San Diego State up the street here, I remember finding a Marianne Williamson cassette tape and putting it in my yellow Sony Walkman cassette, the waterproof one, and marching up Torrey Pines and listening to her say, your deepest fear is not that you are inadequate, it's that you are powerful beyond belief. And I was just like, it was the first time I ever heard anybody talk like that. Yeah. So to be able to be joining the authors of Hay House, I feel super honored. And how this all came to be really is when I was 19 and headed off to college, we grew up in Los Angeles. My mom was diagnosed with lung cancer, and it came out of the blue. There was no warning. And literally from her diagnosis to her passing was 10 months. She was 48 years old, which I have now surpassed her by 3 years. It's a really, really interesting year when you outlive your parent. You know, there's a lot of growth work I did in that year. And what happened when I came home from college and I brought her home from the hospital, and I held her in my arms as she took her very last breath, I don't remember much after that. I remember holding her. I remember being very present. And then there's sort of a blur. And then the part that I do remember, like it was yesterday, was standing in our backyard as we had like a celebration of life ceremony in our modest little home in the San Fernando Valley. And all the people who loved her, that worked with her, and, you know, her friends, and she volunteered everywhere. So all the organizations she supported were there. And I heard this recirculating conversation. Every little group I went to, people were awkward with me. They didn't know what to say. The thing that I kept hearing is, and her name was Ina, people were saying, oh, Ina, she was so amazing. If only she would have. And then they'd say the things that they thought were possible for her. And, you know, she really could have, and gosh, she really should have. And that whole afternoon, all I could hear as people rejoiced in how awesome my mom was woulda, coulda, shoulda, woulda, coulda, shoulda. All the things that they thought were possible for her. That, you know, being a single mom and working, you know, 2 jobs, she just never got the chance to express. She did the best she could with her volunteering and from her cubicle at the big company she worked for, but she never really got the space or had the mentorship, Tana, this is the thing, to have somebody say, hey, all of your life experiences add up to something. Let's start taking a look. Let's discover what's driving you, what's under, you know, your life story, your formal education, your school of hard knocks, all the schools you've been to, right? And so she never really had a chance to play that out. And I think that on that day, I know I made a decision that I was not going to live a woulda, coulda, shoulda life.
Yep.
That I was going to go on that journey, that I was going to pay attention, that I would have mentorship, the same way that you mentioned. And I did all those things. And I have to tell you, looking now in my rearview mirror, you know, in my second half, I'm so grateful that I've gotten to, you know, live in my purpose, make a difference, and have been able to figure out and teach thousands of other people how they can do the same, how they can do what they love and what they were made for, be purposeful and fulfilled, and make great money doing it. And so that's what inspired me to write Meant for More, is that over the last 10 years that I've looked out into our audience's eyes, your eyes, my eyes, you know, in the mirror, it's what I see. It's that if we let it bubble up, we all have a feeling that won't go away. Mm-hmm. And the best way I can describe it is it's a knowing that we were meant for more. And that's really what it's about.
I love that. And purposeful people live longer. So I love that when you tap into, you get excited when you are a part of something special. You get excited and you feel passionate, and that feeling of excitement and passion when you're doing something that is special and great, you live longer. People that are purposeful live longer.
Well, and knowing your purpose is so important. And I think that's one of your gifts.
Yes.
It's really helping people know why they're here and then what they can do about it.
And where can they find, you have gifts, right?
I do. In fact, one of the things to help everyone here to start to look for the clues, which I promise you're going to be blown away at how many clues are already around you, is we created something. It's called the Discover Your Unique Value mini course. This is the new cover of it. It's video and worksheets that you can download online and do anytime from anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And it's my gift to everybody here today. You can go to meantformoregift.com, and you just put your name and email, and you'll have immediate access to start in on this course and discover your unique value.
Okay, I'm going to give a little plug here, and I don't do this all the time. So your materials are so simple and so effective. I still have your book. So I still have the book from the event that I attended, and
which was like 7 or 8 years ago.
Yeah, 7 or 8 years ago.
Yes.
And it might be a different course. My point is the materials are done in such a simple way, but they're so effective that I literally just pulled them back out because I have a book coming out. And so I'm like, I need to go back and get my messaging down. And so my assistant and I pulled them out from years ago. I dug them out and I'm like, okay, time to go back. And they're just so simple. They're plug and play. And so I really like that. I don't like things that are not useful, but they're done in a way that's like, oh, that helped me hone that message really clearly. But at first it helps you find why, helps you find your why.
Right.
All right.
Yeah,
when we come back.
If you have people in your lives and you're listening, feel free to share it. I want everyone to discover their unique values. So
right.
You can share meantformoregift.com. Of course, refer them back to listen to this amazing podcast and all its episodes.
And they get gifts when they do that. So,
okay. When we come back, we're going to talk about purpose plus meaning. How are we meant for more? Stay with us.
If you're enjoying the Brain Warriors Way podcast, please don't forget to subscribe so you'll always know when there's a new episode. And while you're at it, feel free to give us a review or 5-star rating, as that helps others find the podcast.
If you're considering coming to Amen Clinics or trying some of the brain healthy supplements from BrainMD, you can use the code podcast10 to get a 10% discount on a full evaluation at amenclinics.com or a 10% discount on all supplements at brainmdhealth.com. For more information, give us a call at 855-978-1363.